Scorpios are usually more clingy, though.
Look at him, Scorpios. I know he saw my necklace. Wow.
So like one story, proposal. The other story, proposal. I'm like sitting here like eating hot Cheetos.
I really like for a man to be clean, to smell good. Okay. I love a man that smells good. Oh my God, I think that's like my weakness. When I go like, okay, let's go.
It's called Spice Bomb.
She's not that into you, no, I don't know why, but she's not that into you.
What we got today? Introduce yourself, baby.
Oh, well, hello everyone. I am Janet Uribe, and I'm so happy to be here.
Yeah, we're happy to have you, Janet Uribe.
Uribe.
How are you doing? You good?
I'm good.
This
I'm
is
happy.
Jay, by the way.
Hey, Jay.
He's back.
Thanks for having me. I'm super excited to be here today. This is like my second podcast ever.
Amazing.
So yeah, I'm really excited to let you guys know a little bit about me, and
Let's get right into it. You are a singer, songwriter, and I've heard some of your stuff. It reminds me a lot of Jenny Rivera, right?
Does it? Yes.
Right? It has a Jenny Rivera vibes.
Well, definitely. I mean, I think she was a big inspiration for a lot of women in the industry.
Rest in peace.
I don't know if you know this, but my music was actually put in her series in Mariposa de Barrio. So you'll hear me, yes, on the actual.
Congrats!
Thank you.
On the Netflix.
Yes, on the Netflix special, the one that came out on
Whoa.
Telemundo. It was Mariposa de Barrio, and there's a couple of songs, not just one, but a couple of songs. So you can look out for Tengo Ganas. And then, which was the other one? Oh my gosh, why am I drawing a blank right now?
You're good.
No, it's
More than one song in there?
Yes, more than one song. Yes. And so it's, it was really exciting.
So you don't sing, you sang.
Yeah.
That girl sang. She don't sing, she sang.
No. It was truly an honor. Like I said, she was an inspiration. She definitely paved the way for a lot of us that came after her, that are still struggling to get in there. And to me, it was really surprising to have completed like my album and then be told like, hey.
Fun fact, my uncle was her stylist for 15 years, and he was one of the characters on the Jenny Rivera. What's it called again? Mariposa what?
Mariposa de Barrio?
He was one of the characters in there because he was such a big part of her life and a part of her upbringing. His name is Adan Terriquez.
Oh my gosh, he actually made a dress for me.
Yes, that's my uncle.
Wonderful. That's cool, small world.
Yes, and my other uncle also was her hairstylist for a while as well, Hugo Terriquez.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they both play for the other team. Nothing wrong with that. Shout out to my uncle Adan Terriquez. Very super talented. Yes.
Sí.
He used to call her a chola.
A
No,
chola.
la Jenny Rivera es una chola. She don't give a fuck. Yeah, she's pretty king. She's from Long Beach. You got to remember, she's from LB.
Yeah, no. I mean, she was cool.
Yeah.
I loved her personality.
I met her
think she was
at
one of a
two
kind.
family barbecues. He used to bring her around.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, super
Very cool.
This was like
Small
back
world.
in 2008 when I met her. And she didn't have a buzz like she did, like in the, 2015. Or when did she pass, actually?
I think like, what was it? 2010 maybe?
Okay, then she didn't have that buzz. It was earlier, 2004 or something, 2005. I don't know, but she blew up as rightfully so. Yeah, rightfully so. Yeah, she blew up, and my uncle, he was crushed. Obviously, it was her sister.
Yeah, I mean, I know that it definitely affected a lot of people. Yeah.
Okay, so the show's called "She's Not That Into You," Miss Uribe. What's one of the signs that a girl is not that into you?
Well, for sure, like you ghost someone, right? Or you give no response.
That's the number one response.
Yeah,
we
right.
get.
Like you just like no lo pelas, punto. Yeah. I think that you kind of put off like, oh yeah, we'll plan.
And by the way, people, I don't even want to say girls, people are by their phone 24/7, bro.
Yes.
We even go to the request messages on DMs
To see what's up.
So if she does not respond, fellas, no answer is an answer, dog.
Let it go. Move on.
Take the L and walk away with it, bro. It's okay. That's just one person. It's a numbers game. Keep sliding.
I have one question though. Why like prolong it, or why be like, oh well, we'll see.
Okay.
Well, because girls are nice.
Well,
Most
that's
Why
girls
what I
are
can't you
was
just
gonna
be
say.
like,
Personally,
respectfully?
respectfully.
You're not it, my
Pues
boy.
cuando, like, when they're like too pushy and persistent by then, and you're like, okay, like, come on, bro. Like, I was super nice about it, and I'm kind of blowing you off. So,
Read the
now I
room.
have to be straight up, and then now we're a bitch because
You know, me and JT have been doing this for a while. This is our 24th episode right here. 24th. That's pretty
That's
cool.
crazy, yeah.
Dope. And we hear it all. The last girl that was on, what did she like, JT? She liked somebody that was
That was persistent.
that was persistent.
yeah. No,
Yeah.
that's cool too. I mean, once in a while, but I think that there's a difference, like when you're being a little too extra and extra persistent, but you obviously see that there is like no interest. I think you can tell. I mean, come on. We just kind of want to like just continue to dream about it. And well, actually, I mean, you never know, right? At the end of the
Right.
day, it's how bad do you want it? I don't
Yeah,
know.
I wonder if it ever happens where a girl curves a guy that was persistent, then a couple of years later, she sees that same guy do like an amazing, beautiful proposal.
Oh yeah.
With the big letters that
Regretting
light
it,
up with
yeah.
the rose petals, and on a
Sunset.
helipad on a skyscraper.
Ooh.
You know what I mean? Something beautiful. It's like, will you marry me? All fancy. And the girl's like, damn, I curved this fool, and this fool was it.
I fumbled that.
I fumbled the bag. What?
Oh no.
Has
No.
that ever happened to you where you looked at somebody that you rejected and then they turned out to be this amazing person that's like loving, great father, and you're like, fuck, that could have been me?
Wow.
Okay.
No, not precisely. I think that I've been pretty lucky in love. But also I haven't really been like in too many relationships. Like I'm like a
many
long-term
relationships have you been in?
girl. I've had 3 real like serious relationships.
And how old are you, if you don't mind me asking?
I am 38.
Okay.
And I'm also a widow. So my
Sorry to
last
hear that.
thank you. So my last relationship was the most serious one. That's the one that I actually was making a life with and I moved in with and then, that was taken from me. But so then going back to has that ever happened to me? No, I think that it takes a while for me to like really get serious with someone, if that makes any sense. So
Scorpios are usually more clingy, though.
look at him, Scorpios. I know he saw my necklace. So
Is that what you are?
yes,
Scorpio?
we are. That's why I'm saying I'm more for like long term. So if I see that you're serious and you're like on my page, then you're gonna get the best of me, and I will get the best from you.
Okay.
If not, then
Yeah, she's right. I've had like good and I want to say it's good and bad luck with Scorpios. The last 3 girls that I spoke to were all Scorpions.
oops.
Yeah, bro. They were sweet and everything, but they had that little stinger behind them. Like,
Yeah.
try it, motherfucker.
Yeah.
I'll give you my love, but,
Yeah.
Don't play with it.
Yeah, don't play with it. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? I'll be the freakiest in bed, but you could lose me like that, okay?
Yeah.
So keep talking.
I'm the best you ever had.
I'm an October Scorpio.
So
I'm a
whatever
November
toxic
Scorpio.
woman
So are they
say.
different? October, November Scorpios?
I think everyone's different, no matter what birthday you have or when you were born. But maybe we have some similarities for sure. Jealous, possessive, protective, but we like love hard for sure.
You know what? I think we've talked about this before. We've never really talked about that. Like a healthy jealous, I think we have. A healthy jealous is cool.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Normal. You're human.
And healthy jealous is cool.
Yeah.
Like, I'm going to Vegas with my boys. All right, I'm gonna go this weekend. All right, babe. And if she's like, all right, cool, I'll be like, yo, what? You don't care about me? What? You're not gonna throw a fit?
You know that's pretty.
There's gonna be
typical.
girls.
Yeah, I think that it's okay. I think it comes with maturity and, self growth. And I think the trust that you have with your partner for sure. But go with your boys.
That
That
doesn't sound convincing, Miss Uribe.
That sounds like
your location.
that sounds
She's
like
crying, huh?
go with your boys because I already have my girls trip.
Right? She has a knot on her
so-
throat. Go with your boys. Go ahead. Yeah, do what you want.
Yeah, you see if a girl says that to me, I'm like, nah, you're planning
what's the
something.
catch?
Yeah, like, you already got
Where's the
something in the
catch?
calendar that you're
No.
like. being too
I
nice.
think that like being jealous is very normal, right? I think it's part of being human, but also like you just kind of have to have some reason in there and like
Right.
boundaries of how far you want to take that, because then that's, the thin line between toxic and healthy. So.
Janet, so you went through it was an unfortunate event. You lost your significant other, you're widowed. Is it a different type of get over from that happening to a breakup?
It's funny that you ask, because I've had these conversations with other people about losing someone, breaking up, getting a divorce. And a loss is a loss. But obviously, a grieving loss is a bit different, because you feel like also a part of you dies with that person, and rightfully so. I mean, we mold ourselves, we become compatible with that person, so we change so much to adapt to one another that naturally you're like, fuck, without this person I'm fucking confused, like who am I, and where do I go from here when I've had X, Y, and Z to do with this person? I depended on this person to do this, or, like we had this goal together. Like, is this still my goal to keep for myself? And then like things about myself, like that I had to change just to adapt into a new me.
Right.
It's been 2 years since that. And I will tell you that for a moment I was like stagnant. I was very like stuck. It was difficult. Like I would meet people, new people, guys that were like into me, and I don't even like know how I held a conversation. That's how bad you lose yourself sometimes, because you're like, oh fuck, like what am I doing? Like, is this cool? Is it not? And then man, right now dating is like crazy.
It's crazy. It really is.
So yeah.
It really is. I see like there's like no in between right now. There's like either people are getting married or just people are just super single. Like,
Yeah.
right now, literally right now on the hallway, I messaged my boy. I just saw he proposed to his girl. Congratulations to my friend
Wow.
Tony, DJ Tony Tone.
Congratulations.
But before that, I was watching the story of my boy DJ Butch proposing to his girl.
Wow.
So it's like one story proposal, the other story proposal. I'm like sitting here like eating hot Cheetos. And you know what? And I don't think I'm ready for that at the moment. But
Yeah.
I always say this. I love love. Love is
Same.
amazing,
I feel you 100%. I think that when the time comes, like I love myself as well. I've learned to love myself. Not that I didn't before. I've always loved myself. But I think that it was a very brand new loving me. And I love it. I love the place that I'm at right now. I am super focused on myself, on like my family, the ones that I like, truly love and have like been with me through this whole journey. 'Cause it's hard for girl here, but yeah, I'm okay with being alone, and I'm also okay with like meeting new friends. I'm at a place where like I'm welcome to I'm welcoming a healthy, like clean, just kind of go out here and there, friends.
cool. Being promiscuous,
Yeah.
Situationship.
No, fuck those. You know what? I know a lot of people that are like actually dating, and there's too many of those crazy things. I'm cool. I'm
Before
chill.
we were off the air earlier, you wanted to ask me something about the girls that I've had before.
Oh, yeah. Because there was like a rumor that he only had like super dolled up, all done up girls. And I'm like super raw and natural. This is what you see is what you get. And so, yeah, what made you have a change of heart?
Whoa!
No BBL queen today.
No, you know what? I love and respect all women, shapes, colors, ethnicities, backgrounds, all of it. And there was no change of anything. My friend Claudia showed me your profile, and I was like, yeah, she's dope. Bring her along. And I saw that you were spunky, that you're an artist. I'm like, okay, she's about it. Let's get her on.
Oh, thank you. I
Yeah, of
appreciate
course.
that. Thank you for
All
respecting
women are beautiful,
realness.
okay?
Yes.
Except my ex.
The October Scorpio.
That part.
The October Scorpio.
November. Don't.
What's
don't
your
worry.
ideal
We're good.
of a first date? Of a cute first date?
Of a cute first date? You know
Something
what?
super cute.
Oh my God. I don't know. I'm a super like I wasn't corny before, but I think I like some corny stuff now, and I appreciate like the little things. Why are you trying to take me out? Are you trying to take notes or what?
I'm trying to take notes, okay? Because me and JT are struggling.
You're struggling,
No,
JT.
we're not.
No, but for a first date, I don't know, like a nice like adventure day out, like drive away from the city, maybe somewhere new.
Oh, I like that. Because
Yeah.
you know what? I've been doing that more lately. Because I've been known to be like a little local rat. Like, you know, the same bartender's like, give me a wink. Oh, another one. Just kidding. And you're right. Get out of the city. I like that. Take notes on that, fellas. Get
Yeah.
out of the city.
Put
we
me
tend
on
to
a
stay in our
plane.
bubble. Okay, I don't know. We can slow down on that, my little scorpion.
Super cute.
We can slow down on that. But yeah, you're right. Out of the city, you know, drive a cool little 30 minutes. Get out of the city. Get out
At
of your comfort
least.
zone to where it's something new for both of you.
Let's be real, Jay. Let's be real. A good 30 minutes, like here in LA, bro, we're not even gonna get to freaking Hollywood.
Well, I mean, OC's not bad.
Please,
OC's not
let's
bad.
drive further than that. Like what? 30 minutes? No, but yeah, like outside of here for sure.
All right. Well, what's your idea of a cute date? Does it have to be, you know,
It doesn't.
Mastro's?
Nothing. No. You know what? Okay, I like to fine dine. I'm not gonna say no because a girl
Okay,
likes
be
to
honest.
eat.
Be honest.
A
Because we
girl
have.
likes to eat, but what I'm trying to say is we can be a little different. Think outside the box. It could be like even sandwiches, but like the location and the environment, the scenario you have around you. You know, like the whole scenery.
You know what? This is refreshingly new. Preparing something. I think girls pay attention to detail. You know, a lot of guys don't.
Yeah.
Girls pay attention to detail. So I think a cool picnic vibe would be dope.
Yeah.
The fact that you get
Super
that
cute.
that you know gay looking wooden basket with a blanket, you know, sandwiches prepared, bomb sandwiches, maybe some tortas,
Hell
you know,
yeah.
That you made.
that
Con
you
chilitos,
made.
jalapeños y todo.
You know what I mean? Whoa, there she is.
Mayonnaise.
You know, with a little bag of hot Cheetos on the
There
side.
you go. Oh my god.
And napkins. Don't forget the little things. Napkins, you know, condiments, you know, cold drinks. One of those little
Stella Rose. Can't
Yeah,
forget the
Stella
No,
Rose.
no me gusta.
A little freezer, the little thing that keeps it cold
Stella
with the
Rose
ice.
is too sweet for me.
I'm gonna have a variety, okay?
Oh, thanks.
Roscato.
You know, some
Okay.
Diet Coke, some waters.
Tony does his homework of the wines.
Maybe even throw some candles in there. Or you know what? It's gonna be windy, so you can't light candles. It's gonna be those light up candles, but it's a thought that counts.
Yes.
That's boss. Thank me
went
later, fellas.
in.
When
He
you
went
guys when you
in.
guys are hitting it, think about me. I don't care how ditty it is.
Thank you, Jay.
That's a good idea. That's dope.
That's
You
not
know,
a
you
bad
drive
idea.
out. Where are we going? I thought we were going to a restaurant. I got something even better. And if she doesn't appreciate that, she's not the one, bro. She's not the one. What's the word that you say in your videos?
Which
I'm
one?
sorry to break it to you, brother.
But she's not your girl?
Ooh, she's not
Dang,
your girl.
That hurts.
That's not your girl, my boy.
Yes, yes. When you're out in the, I mean, right now that you're dating, is there any preference that you have at the moment?
I'm not dating right now. Hold on.
She's dating.
I
She's
said-
on the market, bro.
All right, let's wrap this shit up.
She's
Let's
ready.
wrap this shit up.
I don't know, bro.
Okay, that's it. You cancel
You
Christmas.
saw the title of the
It's
show.
over.
I don't-
No. Honestly, I'm not looking for anything. I think that whatever comes my way, if it's gonna feel right when it's the right time, you know. So
Right.
I'm not even worried, to be honest. I'm not even thinking about it.
Good. You have any children?
I don't.
Oh, you don't? Shh, that's a unicorn right there.
Unicorn. Mexican without
Mexican,
children.
38, no kids. Educated. What? That's
Yes,
a unicorn
I do
right
have
there.
a degree in psychology.
Oh, she could see right through
She's
me,
a
bro.
manipulator.
Dang.
Got it.
She's a manipulator. That's why she's single. She's 10 steps ahead of you guys.
That's right.
And just be honest. Just tell me you want to get in my pants. It's fine. I know what the objective is. I get it. All right? What are we doing here?
Definitely not getting in your pants for sure. No, but I think that right now we're just kind of living life, you know.
As you should.
Yeah.
As long as you're happy. That's what I always say. As long as you're happy, that's all that matters.
Yeah, I'm definitely happy. I hope I look happy. I am.
Because some people, like even my boys, you know, a lot of them are married with children, which is amazing. You know, my buddy will invite me over to his house, you know, invite my son over. He has a pool. They're playing around with his kids. He's having a beer. I'm having a non-alcoholic beer. And we're just talking. And he's like, so what's up, man? You don't have a girlfriend? You don't want to settle down? Or, you know, you'll be 50. You're closer to 50 than you are to 21. And I'm like, I'm happy. Does that not matter? I'm happy.
Yeah.
Why don't you ask me how my mental health is? That's more important. I'm happy. He's like, I know, but I'm like, it'll be nice to find something, but for the meanwhile, I'm happy. And there has been times where I wasn't happy
Yeah.
because I was looking for something,
Right.
and I did
Right.
get into a relationship, and guess what? It was unhealthy.
Yeah.
It was unhealthy. It was because I was forcing it.
Right. You were filling the wrong void.
Yeah, you can't force a fart because it's shit.
Fill in the wrong hole.
Filling the wrong. I was filling the wrong hole.
Yeah.
JT's on a roll
Yeah,
tonight.
so that's what I meant. That's what I also meant. Like earlier when I was saying that I don't know how I held up the conversations I had previously, like especially when I saw that the guy was like interested, because you're trying to find like, oh shit, what exactly am I looking for? What is this? What am I like? What where is it gonna go? Is it gonna be cool? You start thinking about like yourself and your career, your friends, your family. It's like, oh shit, hold on. Like there's a lot. Like slow down. So
Right.
I think that for me, for example, like in my past experiences with my relationships, I didn't go out there looking for them. They just kind of happened.
And that's the way it's supposed to happen. Yeah.
So.
That's why, like, I've said this before. I don't knock dating apps, but you're looking for it. That's not faith, because you're both looking for it. Mind you, most dating apps are all about screwing.
Yeah.
And some people find love, and I'm all for that too. Maybe that was faith. Maybe there was faith that they both downloaded that app and looked for something. But I think faith is literally like at the gym, at church, or grocery store is crazy to me. One of my homegirls told me that she gets approached at grocery stores. I'm like, damn, those fools have more balls than I do, because I could not do that.
In the lemon section, too.
In the lemon section too, man.
In the lemon section.
Yeah. So, I mean, I think it's faith that should bring you together, but to each their own. People
Right.
find love on apps all the time. My homegirl just got proposed to, Zaylee Madrigal.
Oh, yeah.
She just
Yeah,
got
yeah.
proposed to.
Congrats
Shout out
to Zaylee.
3 marriages in one episode.
Embarrass
We're
your
done.
wedding.
No, we're not happy for them, okay?
Shout out to
I'll
Facebook
see
dating.
Who are you?
No, we're not happy for them. Yeah.
Shout out Chispa.
Good luck.
Cheese fat.
Shout out to Tinder, all right?
Ooh,
Thank
Tinder.
them.
I'm good. I stay away from the apps. I have never, and I don't think.
I mean, maybe because I also have like a little following to it. People probably
Maybe
be like,
because I'm
Jay's on
somebody.
Raya. Raya. Or what is it called?
Raya is like the celebrity app. I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do any of them. Like, how would that look? If somebody finds me, they're like, this fool, what? You don't get enough ass on IG?
Yeah,
You don't get
true.
enough attention on there? What, you want to look here? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Like, I don't care what they say, but it's like, maybe I do at that point.
Yeah, no, what you have integrity and you like respect yourself and you have standards. Those are called standards, and that's okay. It's okay to have them. I have standards. That's why I don't join those apps either.
What are some of your standards in a man?
Definitely, they have to be able to carry on a conversation with me. They have to be stimulating to my brain.
Sapiosexual? Is that what you are?
Both, please.
Sapio or sapio? I always mess that up. You know which one it is?
I don't.
Sapio.
Sapio.
Sounds better.
Sapio sounds better.
But also open to the fact that I am a go-getter and I like to be taken care of, but I also like to take care of my partner, and I like to be independent with my stuff and my goals, and to give me that space to be able to do that and to trust in my work and in my beliefs,
Age range, do you prefer them younger or more mature?
You know what? I've never really dated anybody younger than me like that. But
Because even the same age is younger these days.
Yes,
even
I
girls
agree.
dating men the same age. Like if a 28-year-old woman dates a 28-year-old man, you're dating a kid, girl.
Disgusting.
That reminded me of the movie
Ew.
Hitch. You heard? When he was talking to those bougie guys. What do you think about this restaurant? Disgusting. Yeah. So you prefer? Is there a cap off?
No,
Is there a
you
cap?
know what? Okay, for sure, not any younger than 3 years younger than me, and a little older. Yeah, I need somebody that's already stable for sure, and can be yeah, let's go here. Let's get away for the day. Let's get away for 2 days.
Little salt
Okay.
and pepper in the hair,
Yeah,
On the beard.
sure, no problem.
Do
My
you-
hair dye a little bit if.
Janet, let me ask you. Being that you studied psychology, does that? Because then you can see through bullshit.
Yeah.
Did that play a part of you maybe only
She
dating?
looked at you up and down like,
Yeah,
yeah, bro.
maybe-
Yeah, about that. No.
Yeah, does
I
that
see
play a
your
part
fashion over
of
jeans.
you? I mean, that's 3 partners in 38 years. That's a little bit. Yeah, I mean, that's actually normal.
Yeah, it's
That's good. I
normal.
respect that. It shows that you're about the long term. You're
Yeah,
about the long
yeah,
haul.
yeah.
But do you think it has its pros and its cons?
Well, not for me personally, because I am so like I've been so focused in my career in like music that I've tried to find partners that understand that and that allow give me the space to do that. Because one thing is wanting to be with a person and the other thing is truly working through it with that person, you know. And I try to find someone that at least doesn't like pull me down, because when I feel that, I tend to like kind of let go.
Yeah, I feel you on that. If you're not
So,
lifting me up and you're not helping.
yeah.
Yeah, and actually my mentor has told me that. I'm like, bro, so why are you single? He's a 41-year-old man, super successful. And he's like, honestly, bro, and it related to me. It resonated with me.
Yeah.
He's like, I haven't found anybody that's made me, humbly speaking, doper. A woman should water you and
Yeah.
lift you up and take you to higher levels.
Yeah.
Because I've seen that with men. I've seen men that were like kind of with their shoulders up. They meet the right one and they're on.
Yeah.
They're just like, boom, this
They
girl took it
flourish.
to the next
Yeah.
level. Like, I think, you know, LeBron James' wife did that with him. You know, Stephen Curry's wife
Yeah.
Alicia
elevated
Curry,
him.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
To
saw
the-
that
to
with my
another level.
parents, to be honest.
With your parents.
I saw it with my parents. I think they were a great example of that. They've been together for many years, for I want to say 40. And so my dad has his business and I saw them building it from the ground up. I was just a little girl and my mom was like, it has been his backbone. So I think I learned that with them, you know, and I'm glad I feel blessed that I saw that I have that in my home still. They're still together. But I know exactly what you mean. It's very important.
Yeah, well, 40 years is too long. I wouldn't do that. I'm kidding. But yeah, I've yet to find that. And I wouldn't settle for anything less. And humbly speaking, I'm dope all by myself. I'm inspired all by myself.
Yeah.
And I've been doing it all by myself. So, you know, self-motivated.
Yeah.
So if I don't find anybody that's going to take me to that next
But
level.
are you open
Am I open for
that right now?
that? Probably not, because I realistically can't give him enough time at the moment. At the moment, I can't give him enough time. And unless it's one of those rare loves where it's just like, I really like her and she has no kids and, you know, she stays with her parents and she can move into my spot and that's cool. And then I'll see you when I'm at home, which is, you know, I traveled 4 times this last month. I caught 4 flights this last month. But when I'm home, I'm at the studio and I'm doing all my work around here. Cool, we can spend time. But realistically, I could only meet up like once a week, if that, if I'm dating somebody. And if she wants more time, then, I can't do that. I can't give a lot of time right now.
No,
at
I
the
feel
moment.
you. Same. Yeah. I have to juggle 2 jobs. Like I do the music and then I'm like a therapist. I work with kids with disabilities. So I do all of that. And then I find the time to come and do this. And
Thank
so
you.
yeah, no, thank you for allowing me to share a part of what this part of the world looks like for a girl like me, who is an aspiring singer, who has been in this industry for a while, that is still knocking through doors and also having a separate dream, you know, trying to make a difference at the same time, using this platform, you know, to create awareness for kids with autism. So I appreciate that.
Is it true that women in the psychology field that are therapists usually end up dating the bad boys?
Yeah.
I knew it! They are cholas, all of them.
Cachada.
Wow. They don't want
A goody two shoes.
They don't want a goody two shoes. They don't want a man with good mental health. No, because they deal with that.
I can fix them. That's what it is.
I could fix them. She wants a project.
It's common.
Build a
it's
man.
common. It's,
She wants a project.
she wants a project.
Build
She's
a
bored.
man. You are bored. The last girl
She's
that we had.
bored.
No, we didn't have her. We didn't interview her. Dang, I wish we would have interviewed her. One of the girls that I actually really liked. It's been rare. Like the last 2 years, there's been like probably only one, maybe two girls that I actually really liked. And I'll say this, and I'll be transparent. I'm transparent on my show. They didn't like me back. They liked me as a friend, but they didn't like me like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's usually the girls that are crazy about you, or the people that are crazy about you that you don't feel the same about.
Right.
It's never. I think a connection is really when both of you are on the same page and it's a mutual interest.
You're both crazy about each other.
Both crazy about each other. This girl, she was super cool. She was a therapist, studied psychology, and we stopped. She knew that I liked her, so we kind of stopped talking. And the next guy she dated was some freaking thug with money, and that's not, the money part is cool, but you could just tell he was the fucking son of dong. Grew up in Norwalk, homie. You know what the fuck it is. And I'm a millionaire, homie.
Tatted ass fool.
More about to the, yeah, one of those guys. So yeah, fellas, if you're dating a psychologist and you're not with the shits, get out of there, bro. She wants a thug.
No, that's not true. That's not true for me.
What's your type? Well, like, describe the ideal man for you. How do you like your men?
Ooh, that's a good one. I don't know. I definitely I like tattoos. I like them to be, I don't know, like very outgoing for sure.
How tall?
Tall enough. I'm short, so please don't be super tall either, because then, it's going to be...
I'm 5'2".
Me too.
Sorry.
Taller than 5'2" for sure.
No, I'm 5'6". I say that with shoes, I'm 5'6".
Oh. Yeah. So, loves music for sure. Is open to...
Stop describing me, Janet. I am not on the market.
I'm not that into you.
Okay? I'm not that into you.
I'm not that into you.
He is not that into you.
He is not that into you. Well, she's not that into you either. So
Let's go. I love it.
No, but yeah, honestly, someone with a good personality for sure. I need somebody to
Yeah.
So you said
right?
tattoos, good personality, and music.
outgoing.
What about?
It doesn't have to be
outgoing?
it doesn't have to be a singer.
What
Doesn't-
about a little bit more physical?
physical?
Does physical matter? Like, does a person, the way they look, matter, or you don't
Yes,
care?
I
or-
think I really like for a man to be clean, to smell good.
Okay.
I love a man that smells good. Oh my god, I think that's like my weakness. When I'm like, okay, let's
It's
go.
called Spice Bomb.
Baccarat.
Baccarat. I wore
Baccarat,
that.
I love that one.
I wore that on the Uber yesterday to get my flight from Texas, and the guy was an African man. He's like, "What is that cologne you are wearing?" It smells really good. As soon as you step into my car, it's like a air freshener.
Ooh.
What is it? What is that cologne called?
Black ice.
I said, it's called a Baccarat, brother. Oh, it smells so good. It makes my nostrils tickle.
Ooh.
And I think it makes my butthole tickle a little too.
Stop it.
I come from Wakanda forever. That is so delicious. And then before I left, I remember that I had a sample thing because I don't take my bottle on the road. I have, but I'm scared to take it because this shit's expensive.
Yeah,
man.
super expensive.
Fucking $350 for 8 ounces.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Wild.
And then I had a little sampler. It probably had about 8-10 sprays left, which is $20 a spray, right? You know, like-
Yeah.
And I was like, "Here you go, brother. Take this." He's like, "Is this the one you are wearing?" I'm like, "Yes, it is. Go ahead and throw it on." He's like, "Oh, brother, all I need is one spray, and I'm good. Wakanda forever."
Stop it.
It was dope.
Oh, I
Really
like
cool guy.
that. That was beautiful.
Yeah.
Thanks for sharing that story.
You are very welcome. And by the way, he hated the fact that they called it Wakanda because it doesn't exist in Africa.
Right.
Yeah, but I'm like, dude. I mean, I think they chose that because it's Hollywood. It sounds good.
Yeah.
And if they would have chose another state, then they would have felt singled out all of Africa. And Africa's huge.
Yeah.
You know? So
What are they gonna say? Zimbabwe forever? Like,
Yeah.
They don't have the same ring, you know.
yeah. So he was probably like, "What kind of name is that?" Sorry. Crickets.
Well, everybody
Sorry, not
needs
everything
their
hits,
own
okay?
movie.
Not everything hits. As a comedian, you got to take risk on stage and on live
Oh no.
podcasts. That's amazing. So, as far as men, we talked about the physical and all that.
Mm-hmm.
As far as ethnic backgrounds, does that matter? Do you prefer for them to be able to speak Spanish to speak with their parents?
My parents speak English. Thankfully,
They do?
They do.
No way. I'm over here.
Yeah, thinking
Judging.
they're all paisa and shit.
So, being that your parents are immigrants, And
They
they're
are.
paisas,
And they speak
undocumented.
English.
Oh no way, they speak English?
Yeah, no,
You
they
see?
do. Yeah, so my mom came here when she was I think 12, and so she went to middle school and high school here, and then my dad came here at age 18 or 19, and then he didn't have anybody. He still doesn't. Like all of his family lives in Guadalajara, so he's the only person here from his siblings and stuff.
My dad's from Guadalajara too.
Nice.
Yeah, dude.
So
Jalisco.
paisanos, you know. So he started his business, and obviously he had to learn to speak English. So he learned watching cartoons. He said,
No way. That's dope.
"Yeah." So
He's over here using
He's
the
pretty
lingo
fluent. They're both pretty fluent, actually.
in
They
English.
speak and write it. He had to get by. He had to, you know.
Is it broken or is it clean?
My dad's is a little bit more clean than my mom's. My mom does have like an accent, but she'll have a conversation.
My mom, I mean, you know, she gets away with it.
Yeah.
You know, she ran a housekeeping department for 25 years.
Oh, nice.
And she was the manager. And she would be the most nervous. I remember she'd be like, ay, tengo nervios. She's always been like that. She's a little Scorpio. She's a Virgo. So she's very structured and very on point with her stuff. Thank God she raised me and not my dad. And she'd always be like, ay, es que mañana va a llegar el Spectre. Y tengo que hablar puros gringos. No hablo nada en español. And then just how she'd go there, she'd 4'10",
That's right, Mama.
with the blazer, you know, right there with the other managers that were white. And she was like, yeah, so, you know, she'd do everything in English.
Yeah.
You know, she sounds a little paisa, you know. I want to know if this right here, it matters, you know. So
And
I'm
she
like,
gets
Yeah.
by, though. She gets by.
she gets by, yeah.
I've only dated one time. Like I was like, you know, one of the times I was like single from like my first relationship to the second one.
How long was that?
The
gap.
gap, I think it was like 2 years.
That's actually the perfect amount.
2 to 3 years.
2 to 3 years. That's actually the perfect amount.
No, and I did date somebody that was not like Mexican or, you know, Latino.
Cool. What was he?
Iranian.
Oh, okay.
So that was
that
a little
Middle Eastern?
different. Yeah. Iranian, yeah. That was a little different, but it was really cool. I mean, I think it was because he was a little bit more like Americanized than not, or like
How about
maybe
his
not
morals? Were they Americanized?
Yeah, for the most part, yeah.
Because we talked about that on the last episode.
It's
like,
important. No, honestly, like these are things that people don't factor in, and you're like going on, you turn out like, why the fuck is this person so damn crazy? Well, because you didn't really get to see or know like the background and where that's coming from.
Middle Easterns are the new black guys. They're taking all our Latin women.
Dang.
Hey, listen, Habibi, you're cool. I see that you have money. I love that you drive a Mercedes Benz. Hey, save some for us. All right?
Say some for us.
Anwar?
And
That's crazy.
funny.
Habibis are the Habibis.
that
are
was a
the
long
black-
time ago, though.
I'm surprised
now.
you never dated a Habibi going about. Like,
No, es
half
que
of that
no
shit was
interesaba.
Mexican and half of
And
them
also,
were-
I was like so like I had like a boyfriend while I was there.
you were
in
into
the area.
gangsters. Got it.
No, not
No?
really. No, not really. But I don't know. I guess I was just loyal, you know.
Wait, hold on. In your high school era, there was a Chalino era, right? Everybody had the ostrich like
Yeah.
shoes.
Ostrich boots,
They
yeah.
had
Yes,
the,
yes.
the Dockers with the like. polo
Curiosamente,
shirts.
yeah. So I used to like watch Voces del Rancho, and now like I work with everybody. Like he's my
Yeah.
producer. I record at
With
Yellow
Edgar?
Room. Shout out to Edgar. Yes, with Edgar Rodriguez. Bobby Castro is my manager. Shout out to Bobby Castro.
Okay, light flex. We're going to drop names? All right. Well, I took a picture of Will Smith last year.
So yeah, no. I was telling them that it goes like full circle because I was on his podcast, and I was like, it's so crazy how like I grew up watching them on stage with Hilguero, and I did a song with him recently. Go check it out. All right, so I was telling them it's full circle because I used to watch them on
That's
stage
awesome.
and say like, fuck, like that's gonna be me, and then
Wait, where did you
couple
go
years
watch them? At
forward- well, when-
Potreros?
so Potreros, and then they would actually
Potreros.
perform at Bell.
Yeah,
They used to
yeah,
have
for
like
lunch.
the
Yeah,
DJs would
lunch.
come. Que buena, do you remember? I don't know, like
Yeah.
K-Rock.
I'm not as spicy
That was a
as
long
him,
time ago.
but yeah.
Yeah, we used
I
to
remember
have like
Potreros, though.
cool DJs from like the local radio stations come to their school and stuff. And so like I used to watch them and be like, wow, like I want to do that. Like I'm gonna do that. That's gonna be me on stage. And then Fast forward a couple of years later,
Do you
I was
believe
on
this,
stage.
the law of attraction is real?
Oh, most definitely real.
You
Manifestation
have to put work
is
behind it, though.
everything.
There has to be work behind it.
Oh my gosh, definitely. You cannot just like sit there and yeah, you manifest, you talk about it, but what are your actions really doing?
What are
Like,
some of your practices of manifestation?
so what I like to do is I like to map things out, like whether I write them down on paper or I just kind of jog down. Like I've trained my brain to make like a list, a daily list, and then like a weekly list, and then you just kind of go from there, and you give yourself a timeline of different projects that you have going on. I'm just saying, you learn this. Obviously, it's a trial and error with how you practice things, right?
Right.
And then obviously we change, we evolve. So then what worked for us then doesn't necessarily work in like 2, 3, 5 years later. So then we have to change up some things
And update your vision
and
board.
update exactly, because hopefully by then you mastered some of your goals.
I think girls are better than this than guys for sure. Girls be having vision board parties and shit in pajamas with
I love
wine.
it. I love
You know,
it.
and it's funny because they're drinking wine, they're getting fucked up while
Yep.
they're trying to, manifest their goals and shit.
Facts.
You know what I mean? They're like, you know what? I'm just I'm gonna cut this village out because one day I could own one. Okay, I'm gonna put this next to the Beamer.
And then bam, it's parked right there in the driveway.
You know what? They're real. They're real. I believe it. I believe it. Even if it's on a small, even if you don't hit it, and then you get near it,
Yeah.
that's a win.
Yeah.
Oh, my goal is to make 600,000 this year. I made 480. Am I gonna complain?
No.
Fuck no. You know what I mean? Like for me, what did I have on my vision board? I had traveling. I've been traveling a lot. Where be careful what you wish for too, because that shit's real. Or pray for, because now
Yeah.
I've been traveling a lot, and that shit's draining.
Yeah.
But I love it. I love it. I'm starting to get to I'm starting to learn how to travel really good, by the way.
Good.
You have to learn how to travel.
Yeah.
Pack light.
Oh, yeah. It's
flights,
important.
TSA pre.
That actually
but-
does help.
Amex Club.
Amex Club. Oh, yeah. Amex,
Ooh,
actually.
Amex.
I used to say Amex.
Amex.
It's Amex, yeah, not Amex.
Tengo
Yeah,
Amex,
exactly.
no
No,
me
say, no.
hables. O sea,
My boy
subió de
Alex.
categoría.
My boy Alex, corrected me. It's
Yeah.
Amex, fool.
Amex.
On my vision board, I have sold out shows. I have a crowd of a guy like this, and it's like 20,000 people. I've DJ'd and performed in front of 17,000 people. That came true. It has a Beamer i8. I'm not really into cars like that, but I got myself a little 2018 330e Beamer.
That's right.
Shout out to my brother Abe. It was sponsored. He passed away. Rest in peace, my brother. I love you. I'm not gonna complain. Money. I've been generating more money. Cool. Relationship. It's in there, but it hasn't. Sold out shows. It says sold out. I've sold out a couple of shows, and yeah, it works. If it's
Good job. Yeah.
and be grateful.
But like you said, you're doing the work.
Be doing the work. And I started practicing the whole law of attraction when I was like 26 because my brother introduced me to The Secret. And it's real, like even on the smallest things, or even if you go on a date, picture her laughing, picture her having a good time. You're going to go and you're going to be on your shit.
Yeah.
Because you saw it before it happened. And that's real stuff. I used to make tips before at my job as a strip club DJ. And I'd be like, all right, well, tonight
Strip
I'll
club
make,
DJ.
I want to make $400 or whatever. And I'll make, $325. I'm not going to complain.
Right.
Yeah. So it's real.
Yeah.
Put the work in.
The key is also to always maintain grateful.
Yeah.
To
And
keep
like
us
before,
For all
like,
the wins, for any
gratitude.
wins.
yeah, with everything,
We
I'll
get
be like,
greedy. That's
Yeah.
the problem, that we get greedy and we start blocking the blessings. Like,
right.
Yeah.
Right. But I would do it with everything, man. Everything. So you do prefer the bad boys then?
I didn't say that.
Oh, yeah. that's
No,
yes,
no,
yes,
no.
yes,
You
yes.
want a project.
I don't want a project. No, it's too draining. It's
So-
too tiring.
Yeah. Why is that a stigma? Girls that are in your profession prefer the bad boys. Why do you think?
Well, I think that a lot of people are also kind of like broken themselves and kind of choose a career path because they feel like they need it, or they want to make a difference because they were in an environment, they grew up in an environment where they felt like they needed that. And so they want to be that to others. Sometimes that inspiration comes from that, but I cannot really say why they choose that. I mean, it could also just very well be that they're like, it's that like void of the need to want to like put puzzle pieces together in a person, and kind of like
Right.
fix them. It comes with that, I guess, but Yeah, I guess it just depends from person to person. I'm cool. I'm straight. I do not want to fix nobody.
I got a question for you. What is the definition of a bad boy to you?
A definition of a bad boy. Okay, so
Like, what do you consider a bad boy?
like a bad boy, or
Yeah,
like a
That's
bad
funny alone. P. Diddy's label was bad boy.
Yeah,
I wonder how he got that name, huh?
Yeah, he was a bad
walked
boy.
out of a-
That for sure is a definition of a bad boy, like a really bad one though. Like
Yeah,
oof,
no.
yeah.
Of what you would consider a bad boy that you would date. Like,
that I would date.
I mean, because you're into him, so you gotta have like an image
I
of
think
what.
like the roughness in a man, street, a little bit of street, but intelligent, and that is willing to like accept and acknowledge like how it was, how he could be, but chooses to be better.
You're asking for a lot.
Yeah,
Well, then
I want a guy that's a gangster that is an outlaw, but he also listens
but
to
he
me
also has
and
6 degrees.
Understands that he has to be a good
A
person.
guy that can hold a book on one
why do
hand
you
and a gun
guys
on the
get
other.
Intimidated. That's what I want to know. That's the problem. Don't get intimidated by.
Who's getting intimidated?
I'm just saying because like you automatically think that we want 6 degrees from a man. No, tampoco. You know, like just be able to hold up a conversation. It's basic communication skills.
Yeah.
You know.
You prefer an alpha man or a beta man?
No, alpha for sure. Like he's gotta walk alongside, and I'm not walking behind my man. I could stand behind him when I need to, but as long as he honors and respects that fact that it's okay for me to be besides him, because that's where.
But that's not an alpha.
You ever seen?
Yeah, it could be. It could be. Why not? See, now that's the perception though. Like that's the way that you.
There's
feel.
a term for that too. It's
What?
not a beta. It's not an alpha. It's like in between. I'm blanking out on it. But that's
Balfa?
not an alpha. No.
Would
you say?
in
Balfa?
between.
Balfa?
Nah,
It's
I
like
know,
in between.
beta, I
It's
know, I'm a balfa.
Yeah, there is
Kinda
an
tough,
in
kinda
between. So that's why I'm just clarifying that
Yeah.
because a lot of times women say, "I
Look
want an
at it, it's
alpha."
right there.
A lot of times girls say, "I want an alpha," but they're like, "I want him to stand next to me or behind me," and it's like, okay,
No,
well, that's
I didn't
not,
say behind.
that's not-
Notice how I said
you
I
didn't.
would.
I'm not
Yeah.
saying.
Well,
you,
I'm
saying
behind
you.
her when she's paying for stuff. I'm hugging her.
Or doing
Balfa.
other things.
Have you ever came across one of your friends who is dating a beta man, and she's happily in love, but you're like in the cut, like, ooh,
Omega.
this fool's Omega. Ooh, this guy is.
Oh, Omega, really? Is
And
a
you're
thing
just
for
like,
real?
I wouldn't be able to do that.
It's because, yeah, I mean,
You don't have to say any names,
Yeah,
obviously,
no, of
but-
course not. No, I do. I have. I've seen a lot. I've seen a lot of.
What are
I've
some of the
seen-
scenarios that you're like, damn, that's weird. I could never date a man like that.
Well, I think that
He was wearing
when you
Hoochie Daddy shorts.
right, when you start disrespecting each other publicly, I think that already crosses like the line.
I don't
and
think
like,
that's a beta. That's just a rude
Piece of shit
That's a
person.
piece
yeah.
of shit.
Yeah.
Well, it starts there, right?
Okay.
Those are like the first signs that I've seen, and then just kind of like causing a scene in like places and just walking all over, like he's telling you to stop, and obviously giving you signs like what are you doing, bro? Like so down, and then puts you in the place, and makes you look dumb in front of people.
Sounds like, I mean, that sounds like an immature man, but I guess that falls into
Yeah, well, obviously, I mean.
Falls into what? I'm sorry.
falls into being a beta. If you're immature, I want to say that's emotionally immature,
Yeah.
right? And I think a lot of that also comes with age too, though.
Yeah.
Because I know how I was when I was like in my early 20s. Yeah, I was, but I grew up. I think that's also a part of it too. There's men that are living their second childhood now.
Yeah.
That don't grow up, that don't grow up emotionally, and I think it's a little bit of everything. I'm really big into fitness. I like to fucking lift heavy things. I like to do stuff that I don't want to do. I like to do stuff that's hard every day. And a lot of people don't put themselves through that. And I always bring up the physical because everything's connected. When I'm running, I come up with so many ideas. I can't wait to go run right now after this.
How many miles do you do?
I'll do a 4 or 5 right now.
Oh, nice. I do 3 miles.
Oh, cool. I'm gonna do a 5K soon.
Where?
I don't know, but I'm gonna set it. I don't know, but I'm gonna set it up. I'm gonna set it up, and it's gonna be for a good cause.
All right, let me
Really,
know.
yeah.
I'm down.
I want to like talk to Chalk Hospital or something. Donate some money. Yeah, for a good cause.
Okay.
Maybe I'll be able to block off a street or something. You know, in the downtown area right here. Do it early morning. You know, you don't have to run it. You could walk it, whatever. But it'll be for a good cause.
Nice.
But yeah, I think that it's a little bit of everything, man. And we forget that, like, back in the Inca days, like, men lifted heavy things. Men did crazy stuff. And all that, you know, helped out with their testosterone. And testosterone gives you balls. And as a man, that's what you need too. Yeah, you could, cry it out if you have to. We're a human.
But in the shower.
But in the shower, fool. Go ball up in your little corner in your room, dog. All right?
In the shower.
But I mean, I think, you know,
balance.
Yeah.
Well, you find your way of growing. You find your way of healing and searching for that balance. So good job. Not everybody has it in them. Not everybody wants to do the work because it takes a lot of work.
Right.
Got to break through some internal shit to be able to get there, you know?
Right. The last relationship you were in, as far as your profession goes, was he cool with you being out in the limelight?
You know what? He was, but it took some work. It really did, because when you're not used to dating a person that's in the industry and you see how much attention like she gets and how many males come around and like, you know, like it kind of gets a little uncomfortable at times for the significant other. Like, I'm like, ugh. It's difficult because I think that I will sound kind of like a hypocrite if I say like, I don't like it, you know, because I mean,
that's real.
Yeah.
I love a grown ass woman that says something.
I don't like
We've
it.
never had. You don't like it?
Yeah, like that. I don't like it. Like if like I wouldn't like it.
Yeah, so you don't like it.
So you wouldn't date a guy in the industry?
I don't think I could possibly. Well, maybe. See, I'm saying I can't. I wouldn't. I haven't yet for a reason.
Right.
Because I felt this way. Because I don't think that I see so much that I know the possibilities and the things that happen, and I know that it's at the end of the day a personal choice. But because I know better, I don't want to put myself through that, if that makes any sense. So I'm kind of like watching out for myself in the end of the day. You know what I mean?
Right. They say
so
that
choose
50%
wisely.
of marriages end in divorce.
Yeah. Right. In the industry. So, but like, again, because I know my self-control, but I don't know like really the other person's. And I think it's just like a whole kind of like protecting myself situation. You know, I don't want to like put myself through that. Because why would I? Why do I want to do that? You know, it's not that serious, Janet. There's a lot of efficiency.
You know what I just thought about earlier today? Does distance matter in a relationship? Would you ever do a long distance relationship, bro?
You're asking me?
Yeah.
No.
I mean, what's the
The furthest?
the furthest? There's a word, not duration, is length, is time.
The longest?
The radius.
What,
What's the radius, bro? What's the radius?
Well, that just depends because
What's the radius? Because I did 30 miles before, and it was starting to become a problem.
yeah.
And
Because you're talking about 30 miles in LA is like an hour and a half.
no, this is more like,
You know, it's
this
like-
was in Covina
Yeah.
area, the La Puente area right there, and the traffic is not crazy coming to Orange County.
Right.
I
You
like
know,
how specific he is.
you know, and then I'm that guy that, you know, nowadays girls go to the guy's house. Is it me or is it like that most of the time now?
No, it's most like that.
It's like that, right?
Yeah.
I am the type of guy that'll give them gas money. I'll fill up their tank. I will, of course, I'm gonna pay for the meal. You know, I'll do all that. I fill up tanks, not just theirs, their cars.
Doble gasolina. Huh?
Yeah, you know what I mean.
Dale
Just
más gasolina.
call me Papi Yankee, bro, because
Puppy
that should be
Yankee.
without saying, bro. She's doing the driving, dog.
Pay for
She's-
her Uber, dog.
Yeah,
that's bad.
Uber. Oh my God, don't get me started with Uber. I'll show you my Uber receipts.
Yup.
Don't show us
All
your
from
Uber
West
This
receipts.
is from 2 years ago, by the way. Yeah, I think men should be a gentleman when it
Yeah.
comes to that. Boss up, bro. She's driving you, bro.
Yeah.
She has a mamalona, dog. That shit guzzles gas. Fill up her tank, doggy.
Tanto cuatro
She
por
let you.
cuatro, homie.
She let you go up in there, dog.
There you go.
She came to you. She
Yeah.
brought it to you on a silver platter. She showered before she got there. She
Yeah.
smells
Shade.
good. You know, that's the least you could do, bro.
Be the reason
She
why
did
she
the-
shaves.
Bro, she
Yes.
drove. That's a lot of labor in itself. Then she did most of the work in bed. That's a lot of labor.
Dang.
And then she drove back home. She drove an hour, 30 minutes and 30 minutes.
'Cause LA
Fill up her tank,
has
bro.
traffic.
Come on, bro. There's little gas stations by your house that are usually a little cheaper than the Shells and the
Sinclair,
Chevrons.
fool.
Find one of those, bro. Sinclair, dog.
What the dinosaur?
The The one with the dinosaur. There's one down the street, by the way. I'm stopping.
That's just at 350. I was like, what the
I'm
fuck?
gonna go fill
If the
up.
gas station looks childish, it's gonna be cheap, bro. So go to St. Clair.
Sinclair.
All right? You know what
Yeah.
I mean? If you see the Tyrannosaurus Rex, the long
Yes.
neck,
Yes, that's the one.
go there, bro.
That's a saver right there.
You know, if you have a little mannequin of a dinosaur in the front, that's where you pump her
So
gas.
30 minutes
bro.
was too long, you're saying? The distance.
I mean, if she's cool with it, because she's usually the one doing the driving, amazing. But the guy should put in his part, you know? The guy should put in his part. Like, bro, what's the most you're going to pay? $50 to fill up her tank? $60? But that's pretty much paying 25 and 25 for an Uber back and forth.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's how you got to break it down. At least, man.
What about if like you're dating and you're already like so close to each other, but then one has to move for work or whatever, far for like a period of time?
Man, that's
Because it happens.
that's what do we call that? We call that a breakup. We call that a breakup. We call that.
You go on a
tough,
break.
Some people, I think, all right, because we're looking at it from our POV. We're in the industry. We are in the industry. We have crazy schedules, and if money calls, we're gonna go.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Becomes a priority.
It becomes a priority.
Yeah.
We don't have a 9 to 5. I
Yeah.
think people with 9 to 5s, nothing against people with 9 to 5s.
I
Hell
have
yeah,
one
get
and I
your
still
money.
do the nightlife.
Amazing.
Your salary though. So.
Your salary, so it doesn't count.
I-
Shout out to the people with 9 to 5s. I don't knock you guys at all. I think they have more structure to where they could be like, okay, we could see each other from this time to this
Right.
time. Me, no. Like, I got
Yeah.
comedy shows. Oh, this shit popped up. Boom. Oh, shit.
Literally.
Fluffy called me and he wants me to, that's a flex. He wants me to perform at a show in 2 days and I have to go to Texas. Guess what? I'm going to Texas. And it's different with
Yeah.
us, with me, I want to say, than with people with 9 to 5s. I think they're more, with their structure and their schedules, they could probably work it out. But people in the industry, in the entertainment industry,
Yeah.
I don't think it's a
Yeah,
to go.
so going back to your question, sure, we went on a super tangent, but like he was cool towards the end because he learned that I was a real one, that I was actually loyal and that I was serious about, it's because that's the thing though, like people with previous relationships come with baggage and they come with like, traumas that
I think we all do.
yeah. And so I get it. And I think it's up to you, to the person, to be patient with the other one and show them like, no, look, I'm going to teach you that this is the way that I am. And then it's just like, you just got to be willing to do that work. But towards the end, it was super cool. And then, life happens. And then
Got
here
it.
we are.
Would you be able to date a man that still lives at home? But let me finish. A man that's taking care of all the bills at home while his mom is living there.
I don't have a problem with that because I can respect that for him, for a man. I mean, like we don't choose the roles that we get here in this life, or maybe we do. We have the control to shape our future. But what I'm trying to say is like sometimes when you're given that responsibility, or you take it because you're a kind-hearted person and you just care for your parents or for your family to be good and stable. Like I understand that, but I think that before I would ever go into a relationship like that, I'd had to see like the environment and like how that relationship is, and then maybe set some boundaries if it becomes a problem, because I can see how that could lead to problems.
Is it a problem if a man is a mama's boy?
I don't know. Like
Because a lot of boys are,
Yeah.
especially Latino boys. I still
Mamitis.
get a
Yeah,
bib
mamitis.
put on by my mom every time I eat at her place. The bib has, my son, mi hijo, on it. And I got a high chair.
No.
That's just because of my height, though.
Right.
And my mom still sends out my bills. My mom still does my laundry. Are you okay with that? Well, actually, the reason she does that, though, is because I'm single. And yeah, is that a problem? Because it has been with my past relationships.
Oh, I don't know. I think that I mean, you're there, you're single. So if you're trying to work through something, I think if it becomes serious, then I think it's up to me to change that. I mean, I can probably take on the role and leave your mom. Like, I'll be like, hey, what's up? Like, I'm in his life now. Like, I got this, you know? But it depends on the person. Like I said, like, it's a compromise.
My mom actually said that the other day. Hey, I'm getting older. I'm gonna be 70 this year. You get yourself a girl because this is a lot of labor. I was like, listen, check your Zelle. You're good.
No. You could do your laundry. Help her out.
Hell no. What?
Oh my God.
The hell? How?
That's the problem.
How do you do that? What?
It's fácil. All you have to do is just put the detergent. It does
Boring.
it for you.
Yeah, let me spend 2 hours doing laundry like a loser.
No, but yeah, like, I don't know.
That's not the hard part. The hard
I got
part
viral
is
videos to make.
The folding.
the folding. That's where it's like,
I think everybody dreads that.
Oh yeah, the folding. I never do that. That's cool, man. People fold clothes. You guys, that's cool,
Apparently.
man. You guys are not fortunate, man. Get yourself a cool mom. Put her on salary. No, I do. I mean, I take care of her, and I'm grateful because that is very tedious, man. Laundry, the bill thing. I pay my own credit cards. She sends out like the phone bills, any other stuff that I need, or the electric. I don't know, whatever the bills are. No, I'm grateful. I'm super grateful, and I know I'm spoiled in a way too. But I'm super grateful because, and then it stems, into my relationships. Like I think the way you're raised sets the bar, right?
Yeah.
I think the way you're raised sets the bar, which is, women that have great dads. I try not to date because they have standards, and
Yeah. Yeah, super. And like, yeah, and they're jealous and they have an attitude and
no, that's a good thing. That's a beautiful thing. If I ever had a daughter, I already know how I'm gonna be if I have a daughter. But it sets the bar, it really does. Like, I'm not gonna settle for a chaparrastrosa or chancluda. because
chaparrastrosa.
I never seen that. My mom
I've never heard that term.
my mom retired 20 years ago, and every day she gets up early and takes a shower and gets dressed nice and does her makeup.
Love that.
So when she sees these young 25-year-old women, 30-year-old women, 35-year-old women waking up and being in sweats all day with not doing their makeup with yesterday's breath, she's like, mira estas pinches cochinas, el pinche fundido ni se los pueden limpiar. Yuck! So I was raised with that. So I think your foundation really sets the standards.
Yeah.
I met JT's family, really nice family. So I'm sure he's not going to settle for less either.
never that.
Never that. That's
So I think that plays a big role, right?
I definitely agree. Like, I was not allowed to leave my house in PJs ever. Like, if it was past 9:00 and I was still in PJs, it was a problem for my dad. Like, we had to change. I would see him come because, like, he had the liberty of coming and going whenever he felt like it because he had his business and he would leave. And the cool thing about it is that it's like a couple blocks down. My parents' house is a couple blocks down from where his business is at. So he would come and go whenever. So a veces llegaba de sorpresa and I would be like still in my PJs, kind of like, waking up as a teenager, and I would run to my room so fast and I would change and I would put like some proper pants on or something that was like okay and that he approved that I knew was okay for him because he didn't want me to be a guachalota. That's what he would call it.
Guachalota.
Guachalota.
I've heard that too. Guachalota.
Yeah,
I'm gonna have
guachalota,
that.
yeah.
Guachalota. Okay, good.
Chaparrastrosa.
Chaparrastrosa. That's a new one for me.
No,
like,
you never heard that
never,
one?
Never.
I did that on a video. I think it hit a
That is
million
definitely
views.
not from Guadalajara. I've never heard
I think that must. That
Well,
might be.
I'm not full Mexican.
Yeah, I think that might be a term from down there, bro.
Oh,
Yeah,
from down
like-
there where?
Okay, mom, so you know that guy that you're talking to?
Right there.
Mam, ahorita estoy enfrente de la Norque y está con otra muchacha. Pero bien fea, pinche chaparra, chaparrastrosa, chancluda, pinche tortita. Fea.
Tortita.
Cabrón, esa soy yo, güey.
That is so funny.
Chaparrastrosa.
Janet, you've been amazing. I want to ask you
thank
some
you.
cool little questions outside of the whole dating thing. Since you are in the music industry, 3 artists, you could only pick one.
3 artists. I
Dead
can-
or alive. Hold on. I'm going to name them. The first one is Ana Gabriel. The second one is, rest in peace, Paquita del Barrio. The third one is, rest in peace, Jenny Rivera. You could only pick one. Which one would it be?
To collab.
Ooh, to collab with.
To collab.
That's what I meant.
That's not cool.
To collab with.
Every one of them means something to me.
I don't know what to tell you. You gotta pick
Oh
one.
my God. Well, for sure. Let me start with the one that is alive. I'll do Anna.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You okay? I mean, dead or alive? Pick one, dead or alive.
Oh my gosh.
Is it still Anna?
I'll probably do. Can I just do all of them?
No, you know what? This is my.
But I get what I want.
You know, no,
What
I
do
think
you
all
mean?
right, from the outside looking in, I think your vibe would be more Jenny.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see that.
From the outside looking in, I think your vibe would be more Jenny. You know, because you guys are both, toxic, gangster, and
Toxic.
you guys both like bad boys. She liked bad boys.
¿Te gustan pelones o no?
No.
Okay, she don't really like bad.
Oh, never mind. You don't like bad boys.
He got tattoos too, you know.
How old were you when you lost your hair, JT?
I was 25,
I was 23.
25er.
But I was holding on to it, bro. I was in denial for a while, bro.
I wasn't. I was like, you know what? It's just I could really see it falling off since I was 18. I was like, when I
shit,
turn
18.
25, it's gonna be gone. And I
Yeah.
spoke into existence, When I was 25, I was like, fuck it, it's just going. And
Nah,
that
my
shit-
brother
You're
was.
bald too then?
Yeah,
yeah.
You don't even look like it.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro.
Wow.
And my brother's the one that told me, bro. My brother's the one that told me. He was like, hey, bro,
You're going to lose your hair.
time to let go, bro. I'm like, what are you talking about? And my hair was combed forward and it was lined up. Like, bro, you look good bald. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Just let it go. Shave your head, fool. Started crying.
Aw.
Yeah. Okay, in conclusion, is there anything you would like to ask me before we wrap?
What I want to ask you? No, I just want to invite everybody, your listeners, your viewers over here, to go and check out Terminé Ganando. That's the single that we've been kind of promoting. We have been. It's a collaboration that I did with other women in the industry.
Beautiful.
And it's a great project. El álbum se llama El Problema Eres Tú, producido, escrito.
El problema eres tú.
El problema eras tú.
Zero
Eras
accountability.
tú, yeah.
Zero accountability.
Eres tú y no yo, you know?
Okay, cool.
And the song that I sing in the
Awesome.
album is called Terminé Ganando because, we always kind of end up winning no matter what at the end of the day.
Why do girls have a hard time with accountability?
Girls, that's pretty plural.
Why do people?
I could say the same thing about guys.
Why do people have a hard time with accountability?
Because it's easier to say didn't do it than to accept that you did it. It comes with shame, and people don't like to feel shame.
I like that you did go to school. Damn.
Certified therapist.
Certified therapist. Okay, because everything you were saying right now, it was the opposite of that.
Okay. So then, so go check out Terminé Ganando. Es un gran proyecto with a bunch of women in the industry. Marisol Terrazas, Helen Ochoa, Victoria
I know
La
Helen.
Mala. Yes,
She follows me. We
saludos.
follow each other.
Janine, Muriel, Cristina, Bustos, am I missing anybody? Selimar, obviously the
They're all
person
on
who
the track?
wrote. Yes. So Selimar
damn, they're all
is the
ganging up on
writer.
us, bro.
She wrote a whole movie, you guys. Like, she created this album and invited all of us. She's a girl from Puerto Rico, super talented. And it's her and her studio in Burbank. and I was invited to be a part of this beautiful project. Y me encantó. Something completely different to what I was accustomed to recording, which I sing mariachi. But like obviously have, recorded other styles. But this was my first time doing this type of style, which is kind of like urbano mixed with like a little bit of tumbado, you could say.
Nice.
Something different, very fresh for my voice. I feel like I'm a different singer now. But I really love this. Really opened up another lane for me, and I think it made me realize other things about myself as an artist and what I can do with my voice.
What can you do with your voice?
Wait and see. There's an album coming out.
No, we want to hear it right now. Can we get a 16-bar acapella?
Oh my gosh. Okay, so this called
I'm speaking
this
her
song
music
is
language.
yes.
Oh my God, what do you know about
Oh
bars?
my God. You know what? I'll sing a little piece of what you have heard, and you don't know that it's me. And Mariposa de Barrio, the main song that like really was a big hit it's called Ay Corazón. So it goes, ay corazón, no te enamores. Ay por favor, ya no me falles. Ay corazón, ya no aguanto más dolores. Si no quieres entender, te voy a poner candado y voy a tirar las llaves.
Damn, bring the
That's
tequila shots, bro.
Tequila
Fucking,
shot.
yeah.
Hey, I don't know if you guys know this, but like I love karaoke, and to carry notes like that is insane,
That's
bro.
crazy.
That range
You
is
sing?
crazy. I mean, I like singing. I don't know how to sing. I'm like Pharrell and Drake. I don't know how to sing, but I sound good.
Oh, I love that. Okay.
What about
sing.
Terminé Ganando? Can you sing us some of that?
Oh, yeah. So that's the song that I was talking about. That's a little different. It goes, pero al fin entendí que para ganar hay que perder, por eso terminé ganando. Ya sé que no te va bien y no quiero decir que me alegro, pero terminé ganando.
Hey, that's awesome. Amazing. That's amazing. You've been singing your whole life?
Since I was 16.
You're 16. Wow. Beautiful, beautiful voice, tone, range, delivery. We love it all. Cadence.
Cadence, thank you. Yeah, so this music that I'm recording currently, I'm really excited. It's definitely gonna show a brand new version of me, of Janet Uribe, and the person that I have become. I haven't really like been vocal about grieving about like my relationship, but about who I was. I mean, like, man, I feel like it was like a change, like 360. It took some time. I'm really grateful for like everybody in my team that has been supporting me and that has been patiently waiting for this girl to flourish, because I know that they believed in me. I've always believed in myself, obviously, but they've been a big part of me being consistent with believing and with continuing in the path, you know, and kind of like redirecting me if I kind of like, you know, go another way. So I'm really grateful for everybody. Lore, Iris, Bobby, Edgar. I'm grateful for the new people that I'm meeting. Claudia, you know, all the girls from the project that were a part of the album. And so I'm really excited to share this, you know, brand new music, a little different, a little freshness, a little sexiness.
Amazing. We love it.
So
Janet Uribe, thank you so much for making time on your busy schedule.
Thank
on
you.
this
Thank
show.
you for
We
having
appreciate
me.
having you. And that was another fun-filled episode of She's Not That Into You with the lovely Miss Janet Uribe. Thank you so much.
bye. Thank you.